Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, back with the USS Kidd, the Tier 8 Premium American Destroyer. And not too long ago, I did a video on my favorite Tier 8 Destroyer, which goes to the Kidd, and someone asked me, what is your all-time favorite destroyer in the game? And I had to think about it, and the more I thought about it, I would actually say, again, the USS Kidd. This destroyer is just so impactful when you play her to her strengths, as she's really a capable Tier 8 destroyer that really sets her apart from a good number of other Tier 8 destroyers here in World of Warships. So I want to focus more in this video talking about my approach, my playstyle with the Kidd. As I record this video, a number of battles I've played, total of all my ships here on the NA server, Kidd is number 6, but she's likely to take number 5 and 4 soon as a whole. So the USS Kidd is my favorite destroyer in all World of Warships because she's just so strong. I was kind of seeing what the WoWs wiki article had to say about the Kidd because I was interested how do they like to phrase the playstyle of the ship for the author who wrote this. And I really like the line that they put in here, that playing the Kidd in a scouting or hunter-killer role will prove greatly rewarding as she's best suited to the front line of combat. And to me, that's really sums up why I like playing this destroyer so much, because you can handle those knife fighting, those really close quarter engagements against enemy destroyers, because Kidd is essentially a Tier 9 Fletcher. She has the Fletcher class destroyer with the this Tier 9 guns that Fletcher has as well, with just less torpedoes and more AA power. So starting off here, I've decided to move really close along to this island. This Angela Merkel doesn't know that I'm here. That's what I like to call this enemy destroyer. As Doom, my clanmate, has gone wide, and so now I've decided that I can step out and be aggressive here, because if you notice on the enemy team, there's no radar. So we're able to play actually that scout hunter-killer role even more strongly here in the Kidd, because we can get away with a lot more versus if we were, let's say, bottom tier versus tier 10 radars and such. So, or even matchmaking, the Kidd is still really strong, and facing tier 9, she's strong. If she faces tier 10 destroyers, some can just out-trade her. Something like Smalland, Ragnar, even Marceau's. So you have to be mindful of which fights are you picking on with enemy destroyers. So in that matchup, Kidd versus the Tier 8 German destroyer, yeah, no problem. We can definitely take that fight on, no problem at all. And we even got cheeky and finished him off with a torpedo there, so not much damage. So that all is really good. So now I have decided, in terms of my play style, so this hunter-killer role, this being a scout, really to me sums up how I like to approach Kidd. I like to play around objectives, especially supporting my teammates. To me is really a strong thing to be able to do here. You know, if you're in a clanmate or you're coordinating with maybe a teammate saying, hey, I can drop smoke for you, you know, do you want this smoke? And they say, yeah, sure, because you have this really long-lasting smoke screen. And you can see Kidd, and actually it's like King of the Sea tournaments will get played a lot when it's at Tier 8 and such, just because the ship is so capable with her guns, her AA, which you're going to see more at play here soon. But then specifically what makes her, beyond, and then also a smoke screen, but what makes her really strong is her repair party. The fact that I have multiple times pulled off dreadnoughts with the Kidd, because you can afford to take those knife fighting engagements with enemy destroyers and then heal that damage back up that you've lost, because she's just that capable of a destroyer. So this hunter scout killer role. So my team, I noticed, was really strong on the sea flank. And I was like, okay, I don't really need to move up there with all of them. It'd be best if I try to support my team elsewhere. So here I am moving up into the Bravo cap, But notice I'm not stepping on the cap. I don't want this Dallas to have a clue. I want him to have no idea that I'm here, and I'm checking to see if he's going to be coming down out the channel here towards me. As my goal here is to torp him, but if the torps fail, my guns are really brutal to the Dallas, and I can even citadel him with my armor piercing. So here I come out. I decided to shoot, and then as I get ready to turn here, I'm not going to have the best torpedo firing arcs, as you can see, and the arming time. We don't quite have enough, so we're going to switch to AP here. Not enough. So now I got to try to aim for his citadel. So this is becoming more of a gunfight now. I need to aim lower. So we aim lower and clapped. So 3 citadels. So now we're up to 14,000 damage. And I decided to go ahead and smoke here because the Bayern's coming in, the enemy CV's coming in. We're going to pop our defensive AA consumable. We're going to prioritize our AA sector, and we're going to reverse up here because we also have a Trento behind us. So not only is the smoke screen for us, but it's also for our teammate back behind us, who I think is probably getting lit by that Hatsuharu right now. Here you're going to see an example of the guns against another Tier 6 ship here. So the Bayern, a German Tier 6 battleship. So the CV is still coming in with strikes, so we're prioritizing the port side of the AA. And free looking, trying to see if he's going to be all right. And you can put out a decent amount of DPM with these 5 guns. I'm actually, I think, I might switch to AP here a little bit too. Particularly, I can pick on the bow and the stern plating of the Bayern, if I'm allowed to do so. Right now I'm really focusing on trying to get those fires going, which we have some going. And I can keep inching out here a little bit further. Prioritize the A again. And now we switch to the AP. So I'm gonna try to go for the bow here. So 693, try to get the stern armor, because if I hit the midsection, a lot of it's not gonna pin. And we did 1300 there. So now we're gonna switch back to HE. So he's burning and he's about to go down here. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get that kill. And we have this Hatsuharu still around here. So again, playing close to the enemy team is usually my approach for playing Kidd. Of course, that might be difficult if there's a CV focusing you, spotting you for his team. But we're still going to see how we handle kind of a close encounter situation here shortly, if I may say, without spoiling anything. So I'm moving up, still capping, still trying to figure out what this Hatsuharu is going to do, trying to call him out. Of course, I would like to just leave the cap and go kill him, but it's just better for me to go ahead and get the cap, knowing that my teammates are spotting him and the Trento picks him off. So we're going to go ahead and pop the AA again. We're going to prioritize it. We're not going to use the defensive AA fire consumable yet. Don't feel the need to. So we're going to go ahead and move to our next point. So one of the things, especially as a destroyer player, is you need to decide, okay, what is my next step? What am I doing after this objective? If you think steps ahead, it will dictate how you position yourself, especially in a ship, and having a mindset of how you want to go and move forward next. So we had I think we had to have the AA off there. And so we didn't want to give him a heads up to know where we were, so he wouldn't get the chance to reset us before I flipped the cap. And so indeed, we were able to successfully flip the cap. Implacable's coming back in again, so we're going to prioritize the A sector. And we take a little chunk of, a good chunk of damage there. And now this Implacable's focusing us, but he's on the other side of the island. And so I feel like this is a fight that I can easily take here. So we start to begin to shoot at the Indroct, but then the sub becomes visible. I thought about dumping the torpedoes here, but I decided, nah, let's just hang on to it. With our maneuverability, with the rudder shift, we easily avoid those torpedoes. One of the things I like when you're a destroyer player is usually when you start going towards an enemy carrier in a situation like this, you tend to pressure them, and they might not perform quite as well because of how close you are, and they get nervous and that. So you can really mess with carrier players in situations like this. So we're going to go ahead and kill the throttle. We're going to let the torpedoes go past us. We're not just going to keep accelerating and have to try to juke torpedoes the whole time, because I'm also trying to keep in mind we have this enemy submarine in front of us. So we're going to go to the left here, swing out, and now we're going to start dropping the depth charges. and now he's too deep for us to get guns off on, but our depth charges will be able to seal the deal here in taking out the enemy submarine. So the CV's still focusing us, and here we accelerate. He gets a really good chunk of damage in there. We've already used our damage repair party, so it's coming off cooldown, and we're getting closer to the CV. So he's not able to do a lot to us except this repetitive damage, of course. He's doing really good with dropping his HE bomb strikes here. But the fact that we had the repair party really helps us so much in being able to withstand these engagements. So now we're going to turn hardcore in. We're going to avoid the torpedoes here. We have the Fubuki shooting us from the back. And I'm going to get right up beside the Implacable before I decide to dump my torpedoes. I'm not going to try to get him off right now. I don't want to show broadside to the Fubuki so him get better shots off. So we're just going to keep sailing right up here alongside the Implacable. The plane count, kill count is still increasing. Our repair party just came off cooldown. We're going to go ahead and pop that. And we can even switch to the armor piercing at this close. And we get our heal off just in time. And we wreck him. And the repair party is basically saving us here in this situation. So we got the Death Strike on top of the General Offensive we just got a minute ago. And now we pick up the AA Defense Expert. When you have torpedo bombers, ideally you want to be able to turn into them. So this Kidd, if there's these windows of opportunity, like there was not like cruisers that could stop me, or really powerful destroyers that could stop me doing what I did, or even a strong submarine. So we were able to just raffle stomp through them because we get to flex our muscles a bit more in having the repair party, which most Tier 8 destroyers don't have that. So my team's spotting this Benson. I don't need to keep spotting. He's trying to shoot me because I'm low on health. So if we get the Benson here, this is going to be our Kraken Unleashed. So we're just going to chill out here in the smoke. And you can see we can actually even get a full use out of our next repair party, assuming that this match doesn't end now. So unfortunately we didn't land any shots, but the shell arcs can be a little bit lofty, so sometimes it can be hard to land shells with Kidd on targets that are agile. So we did 1.8 million credits, a really good credit earner, 7,000 experience, 3,700 free XP with General Offensive, A Expert, Dev Strike, 2 solo caps, 4 citadels, 4 destroyed. We even got good use of our torpedoes in this match with 2 depth charges and killing that submarine, and 103 damage. So all in all, really good battle. And Kidd, playing the Tier 8 premiums when you really stack on the economic bonuses, because I was running the blue. I think those are called the unique ones or something. You can do really well in earning a lot of credits because I've been poor again lately in credits. So I was taking out premium Tier 8 ships in order to gain some more credits back again so I can buy some more ships that already have enough XP to research and pick up. So I definitely took Implacable for practically all of his health. A lot of damage on that submarine. Chunk of damage on Dallas, and the Tier 8 German destroyer didn't have much health left. But we had 750,000 potential damage. And here you can see the bonus package and XP modifiers that we're running here with the premium account. So Kidd is my favorite Tier 8, or my favorite destroyer in all of World of Warships. She's my favorite Tier 8 destroyer for sure, and she's definitely my favorite destroyer hero in World of Warships, just because she has so much room. Even if you make mistakes that cost you some health, you can simply repair it back. So playing Kidd is rather forgiving, I would say, in my opinion. And you can deal with those pesky CVs that decide to start focusing you. That match I had not too long ago, where I think I shot down like 66, 67 airplanes. So Kidd is just the bee's knees, as I would say. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I would appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.